Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's match of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past NMG any percent. Tonight we have a round 2 Dark World match between Chexhuman and caznode. On commentary, we have Foxlist and Requiem of Spirit. So you two take it away.
Hello, everybody. How's it going, Requiem?
Going good. How are you?
Doing good. Excited to watch this match. I think this is your first time on commentary, right?
This is. I spent a lot of time studying my predecessors.
Okay.
Tam and Retro. Took notes.
Okay, good. Yeah, they did a great job. Which one are you trying to be like, or is it sort of an unholy combination of the two?
I aspire to be like Tam, because Tam has such an amazing voice on comms, but I don't think I can fill in those boots.
All right. Well, we'll do our best. Looks like Kaz is just getting set up, and we'll be off to the races in just a minute.
And I have sent the runners off, so we shall get it here shortly.
Excellent. So this is, as our restreamer Cemetery said, this is a Dark World Division race, which is sort of the top 16 players in the event. And this is a 1-0 race. Both of these players won their first round. So this is Chex beat Spleeby last round, and caznode beat Flipeel. And they're playing to join the 2-0 runners. These guys are both really strong runners. Chex has a 125.22 PB. Caznode is a 124.25. I think that Chex is probably due for a PB. He runs a lot of other categories at Rando and stuff, and is really strong and hasn't poured a lot of time into this category. And Caznode, obviously, 124 runner, extremely strong player. Not super active very lately, but once you reach that level of skill, you really can't count someone out. He could easily knock out a huge run right now.
I personally haven't seen too many runs from Chex doing NMG. I'm so much more used to Chex doing everything except for NMG. Pretty exciting to watch this, to be honest.
Yeah, it's I guess not his favorite mode. He loves the glitch stuff, which is fair. I love the glitch stuff too. But anyway, we're off in Escape. Requiem, you actually just recently spent like 100 million years studying every frame of the Escape, right? So you can tell us all about it?
I did. It actually took me 10 hours to go through this, which I am very ashamed to say. But I figured out recently that there's actually quite a bit to pay attention to in Escape. You can always turn your mind off, and we expect both runners to get through with like not more than a few seconds apart. But looking at all the RNGs you can pay attention to, there's quite a bit to look at. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. That's sort of the story of this game, really, is that the enemies give you RNGs to deal with over and over again every room. We see Chex there Kaz going for movement that implies that he's pumping as hard as he can, while Chex taking a little easier and just going for some diagonals there.
Both runners here opting to slash upwards. There's a slightly faster strat where you can slash left there. Slightly more risky as well. I'm sure Fox is shaking his head about how both players aren't going for the faster strat.
I respect the up slash. I've been doing left slash lately, and I kind of hate it. Yeah, we don't expect to see a ton of differentiation in the Escape. So far, it looks like caznode is 1 frame ahead. They even got the same RNG on that card. Grab our boomerang here, which is one of, I think, 2 optional items that we grab in the run. Looks like these guys are both 8 slashers on ball and chain. There's a bunch of different ways you can do this fight. Oh, Chex taking 1 hit. Slow him down a little bit. being on 2 hearts here isn't really scary at all. Sometimes you take 2 hits from that guy and you're on 1 heart, and then it's a little bit scary, but I don't think that Chex will be worried about this at all.
In general, it's pretty rare to see runners sort of take a lot of damage or even die in escape. And even if you do that, there's some really fast safety hearts that you can just take along the way. Don't lose you any time at all.
Yeah. So you should expect to see nothing very interesting until we get to the sewers, I think. And then we start having a lot of enemy RNG to deal with again. You can't even pump on this part of the escape because you're moving down and to the right the whole time.
Speaking of health, though, Chex blessing us with the lovely beeps that this game has to offer.
Yes, very good. I wonder if he will stop for the heart now. Or stop isn't really the right word. You just have to lift up a pot. It costs like 20 frames.
Chex could also opt to keep this low health all the way to the end to save the nice beautiful 70 frames, which unfortunately original console people have to suffer with.
Hey, beeps only save like 30 frames. Thank you very much. Kaz getting a pretty nice snake, so does Chex. Different looking RNG, but they had to do the same thing to deal with it, so kind of the same. Chex went to the wall directly there at the start of the room instead of pumping to it, which caused his bat to be in a weird position. It didn't matter, but sometimes that bat can be annoying if you do that. And now the infamous key rat. There's a key inside of a rat. And there we go, yeah. Chex got much worse RNG than Kaz. Cost a little bit of time there. If Kaz slashing 3 times in the snake corridor, the rat corridor. All these rooms are just like this. The rats and snakes just get in your way and you have to figure out what to do about it. But both runners through, no big problems. Kaz off to a very slight early lead. Doesn't really matter. I mean, you know, every second is a second, but it's this is not where races are decided for the most part.
I wonder if both of these runners would prefer to skip Sandcart. I hope Chex doesn't.
That would be pretty funny if Chex skipped it to save the time he lost to caznode.
Yeah, looks like both of them are grabbing Sandcart on the way out. Again, this... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you.
Oh no, I was gonna say, we don't expect there to be too much difference in time in this split either. It's mostly in like the split after and the 2 after this where people start to pull way ahead.
Yeah. It's definitely possible to lose your mind in Eastern Palace and lose a lot of time, but at this level of skill, that's pretty rare. You might see a few seconds here and there with different RNG or small mistakes or whatever, but I would expect the players to stay very close together through the split until the end of Desert, basically. This overworld screen doesn't make any sense to me. Do you understand this one? I just like randomly lose a second on here and I don't know what I'm doing.
The only thing I figured out about the overworld is pay attention to the Octorok screen and just don't get owned by the Octorok before the Armos, and you're golden.
Sounds good.
You also see some of our runners slashing a bunch of enemies here to try to get some of the prize pack rupee drops. We do need at least 5 rupees exiting our 3rd dungeon, which is Hera. And that's for the 110 rupees we need to pay Kiki for our first Dark World split. And usually most people get the money here from Boko's fine.
Yeah, you can get it from other places, but drops in this split are the fastest way to get it. That was a very funny H room from Kaz that had to slash 3 times that skeleton. Both players opting to pick up these arrows. You can skip those if you're a crazy person.
I don't think I've seen anyone skip those arrows in League yet, but I might be wrong.
It seems like the kind of thing Fricker might have done in Season 1. But I'm not sure.
Coming up in the big key damage boost room where we expect you're supposed to kill all the enemies here, but yeah, both runners just damage boost right past that, pick up the pot, and skip the whole room. Saw Matt have a little bit of a scuffle in this room a couple of days ago.
A little bit, yeah. Kaz also got the red drop in that room, so he's very set on rupees. If he gets a couple more lucky drops, he might get to skip a rupee later. Let's see if either runner gets the anti-fairies to not touch. Maybe both of them can do it. Oh, Kaz a couple frames faster. How will Chex ever recover? These last few rooms of Eastern are, in my opinion, among the hardest rooms in the game. Not in the sense that you're going to completely fail them and die, but in the sense that doing them really fast is super, super tight. Both players nailing the Armos quick kill there. Kaz went for a slightly faster... Well, that's not even really true. Kaz went for a strat that's slightly faster on average, but pretty much the same time if you do them both well. And now we finally get our boots!
Now that we have our boots, the game teaches exactly how to use them. The entirety of the next 4 minutes is just going to be a dashing simulator where we dash everywhere.
That's true. Sometimes we use a minor glitch to dash even when we're not dashing. Spin speed, which Kaz is going to show off right here, is a kind of a frame perfect trick. Both players getting it first try. And then you get to move really fast, which is really fun.
Depending on who's running the game, there's 3 or 4 spin speeds in this split. I'm personally hoping the runners stick with 3, take the library screen a bit slower on the way in.
Wait. 1 leaving Eastern, 2 on this screen, and Desert 2 spin speed?
Yeah, but you could also go for Unholy, which would make the 4th.
Right, so it's anywhere between 2 and 4. I wasn't actually looking to see if either of them did it.
They both decided not to do it. Yeah, there's a spin speed. There's a spin speed you can take going in, which saves a maximum of 30 or 31 frames. It's really not worth it though.
I was actually just timing that today and found that I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, this is not the most exciting overworld. Chex opting to use his menu to bug there to adjust if necessary, to see if he needs to adjust after that, canceling that dash. Caznode probably using it for canceling stair drag later. Chex walking into a guard. Oops.
Actually pretty interesting, the place where it checks menu debug. There's a very rare chance that you can also get a bush guard as you dash through those bushes, so it helps you read that as well.
Caznode going for one of the most cursed dashes in the game. You love to see it. Oh, and he's getting some Doom to pumping going.
So at this point, if runners hadn't collected at least 5 rupees, people usually try to stop at places at enemy drops or pick up a pot in an upcoming room, but both of these runners are pretty good on rupees now, so most likely we won't see them trying to look for drops or stop for the pot.
Yeah. It'd be pretty surprising. I think Kaz is going to be able to skip a red even without the pot. So it wouldn't make much sense for him to get it.
Both of them getting through Cannonball Room. Okay. Cannonball Room can give you a bunch of different RNGs, which you have to react to in different ways and can lose quite a bit of time with the slower RNGs, but they both seem to have gotten the fast ones.
Yeah, that room sucks, frankly. Alright, do we think our runners are going for desert spin speed? I don't think Chex is a desert spin speeder. I don't know about Kaz. Looks like it. Let's see there. It's actually kind of hard to see because Kaz has menued and Chex hasn't yet, but saves a good 40 frames or so.
It's obviously very punishing to fail. You don't want to jump off there, but at this level, most runners don't fail it.
It's a fairly good window to not jump off the ledge. Kaz taking a laser to the butt there, that was kind of weird. Didn't expect that to get him. And then now we're coming up on Lambo, which is the hardest part of the game. We'll see how they do it.
It's also the first, most exciting part of this run. Everything up to now has just been a warm-up for this fight right here.
Basically, yeah. Good start from Kaz. Got 7 arrows in. Looks like Kaz got a 3 cycle. This is not good placement for those warp spots. Oh, okay, nice. I think that was a 3 from Chex as well, but not sure.
It looks like it, yeah. It looks like a late 3 for Chex, so both still pretty even. Chex opting to switch to the boomerang. We'll love to see it.
That's super advanced tech that saves like 3 frames maybe, but it's also cool. Kaz slashing the wrong way.
The switch to boomerang there is a free menu, and you can also use it on all the upcoming screens to get rid of dead rocks, some of the jellies, the crab, anything you want.
Yeah, it's good if this pickle gets in your way. The second one. Oh, good thing Chex got hit there actually, because that implies that he was pixel boosted. Both players getting through pig flippers with no trouble. It's a potentially dangerous strat. Now we're coming up on Death Mountain, which is very easy, free part of the game. Now, I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes.
It's like both runners have already taken damage before entering Death Mountain. Hopefully it doesn't get too much out of hand.
That's why we get Tank Heart, right? Okay, that's fine. I was worried that Slash was going to send the squirrel in a worse direction. Check's opting to count on the squirrel going left and 1. Kaz got hit along the way, which costs a ton of time because you have to, well, you get hit, and then you have to redash, and then you have to rearm super speed. So Chex just caught up a lot of time there from Kaz taking a boulder hit. Both players are into Hera. Hera contains the worst room in the game. The longest auto-scroller in Link to the Past. Oh, Kaz did not get that key, did he? Oh no, did he see? Okay, good.
He did not get the key.
There we go. Whew. Kaz going for the boom strats here. So they're a tiny bit faster and also let you relax during the tile room. Chex is going to have to strenuously poke dash a few times.
Kaz obviously looking to regain those 10 seconds he lost with this boom strat.
It's not that much faster. Managing to light the torches. Light the 4 torches with only 4 lamp activations. Caznode also doing it. Unbelievable. Chex is going to lose his airdrop. Yep, there it is.
That's unfortunate, but it looks like both just have really good error counts.
That's true. Kaz stopping to get that heart. Interesting choice. That was a fun room.
Really, Kaz having a really nice dance off with those beetles there.
Yeah. That was great. New tech.
Neither player hitting the switch. I'm honestly kind of disappointed.
I wouldn't hate Chex hitting the switch on 2 hearts in a race, but Kaz has a lot. Chex is doing a little bit of a Toreador Moldorm fight. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm surprised that caught Moldorm, but there we go. Kaz favoring a dashy style, although Moldorm being on the left is really bad for this fight. It makes it a lot harder. Alright, both players through the Moldorm fight. Sometimes when you have super speed and you diagonal into a wall, you get stuck on it, like just happened to Chex. I don't fully understand it. I think what happens is you get clipped 1 pixel in the wall and then holding diagonal doesn't work. It just keeps you clipped in. It's really annoying when it happens. Now we're gonna pull some money off of these trees. Check's going for kind of an odd way of collecting those 3 rupees. And shoots the pickle from the right. What are these strats?
That's new. I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. I mean, I probably have seen Chex do it and forgot.
Caznode going for the more traditional airing the bird in that screen there, skipping the pickle altogether.
Right, yeah. Now we have our Master Sword, the Sword of Evil's Bane. No, the pickle kill doesn't set up a drop. That prize pack doesn't matter. The only enemies we kill in that prize pack are like 2 guards in Aga Tower when we have full magic.
And I guess checks are his arrow drop, so there is no thinking about trying to preserve the bird price pack either.
Kaz got to skip his rupee. I wasn't paying attention. But he was, and so he got to skip a rupee. Wow, that was a lot of lag for Chex. That fairy drop. So Aga Tower is pretty difficult. It's easy to lose a lot of time in here. It's easy for small mistakes to cascade. And then, you know, Agadim is the big decider. It's very easy for Kaz to walk out of here with a lead if the RNG just goes his way. Oh, Chex walked a little too far to the left there before turning down. I think that guard's gonna aggro now, so maybe not. You got lucky.
Generally, this split is a lot of fun to do, being the last split of the light world. Sort of like a mini gauntlet of sorts, mini GT if you will.
Yeah, for sure. It is fun, but it's really tough, which I guess is why it's fun, but also kind of frustrating if you mess it up. Kaz trying valiantly to get out of Dark Maze with beams and not succeeding. That room is terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, Check's just missing the bottom right with that spin. Has the slightly faster 5-arrow red guards. It's a good backup to know for not having beams. Bonking on an open door is a really fun aspect of this game. Chex with the diagonal boom, let's go! Diagonal boom isn't very popular. I think it's really easy to hit the search beam by accident. Going for that strat is why people don't do it.
A lot of the time you get it, it's usually because you've already given up. So if you're already losing time, there's really no point.
No point in trying to make the best of a bad situation. Just give up immediately. Alright, so Chex with a noticeable but not gigantic lead going into Aghanim. I have no idea if pushing enemies into a pit counts for tree pole kills or not. Chex has said okay, which is presumably some kind of spoiler, but I don't know how to interpret it, so I'm not actually spoiled. Okay. Was anybody counting?
Looked like it might have been 1 from Chex, and I think it's 3 so far on Casnode's side. Oh,
One
looks
blue
like that
ball
might
is-
be 4. We're about to see soon, though.
One blue ball is pretty poggers. This looks like Caznode is having a lot of fun with the fun boss. I think he's having, I think that was 5?
I think that was 6. I think
6?
good thing we didn't go into 7 there.
That's even better.
Yeah.
That's 6 fun. That's more than 5. So 6 balls versus 1 is what, 36 seconds lost to RNG?
That sounds about right.
Sounds like
Chex
Kaz is gonna
pulling
have
way
to do
ahead
some
here
gaming.
just from RNG.
Yeah.
So if you do look at the leaderboard standings, Kaz does have a PB that's about a minute faster than Chex, but Chex doesn't run this category at all, and Kaz also has been away for quite a while, so not sure if we'll see Kaz pull all his stops.
Yeah, I mean, this is not over by any means, but this is a quite meaningful lead for Chex. Oh, that bonk is not helping Kaz. This dungeon is really hard for people like Chex, who run a lot of categories, because every category does it in a different order, and it's really easy to go the wrong way. I think in Chex's first race, actually, he started to go the wrong way in the juncture room one of these times. Looks good here, though. We're also about to come up on hammer jump, which is a difficult trick, and I don't expect either runner to have any trouble with it, and if they are having trouble, I expect them to, recover it successfully. But if somebody gets greedy and fails it, it's easy to lose 20 seconds that way, all in one chunk.
Definitely the most punishing part of this split. Missing it or failing and falling costs a lot of time. And
Yeah.
a lot of this split usually just comes down to good hammer jump and maybe good Helmasaur.
Check's getting it there. A couple extra menu buffers to place the bomb. Oh my goodness, that was... Okay, we're good. That was close though. Each menu buffer costs a little over a second, so Check's lost maybe 6 seconds, 7 seconds over an ideal hammer jump. See if Kaz can make up a little bit on that. There's also an extremely important trick in this room called Sexy Statue. Chex goes for it and doesn't get it, it looks like. Kaz, please. Okay. Whew. Both players having pretty scary second positioning for the hammer jump.
A little bit too close for comfort. At least on Chex's side, we saw Chex pausing immediately, but with Kaz going for those flashes close to the bomb exploding. So just a little bit hard to watch.
Yeah. A little bit scary. Coming up on Helmasaur, which is not a super dangerous fight anymore, although, you know, I'm gonna jinx it saying that. But it's definitely easy to lose a lot of time on this if you get bad RNG and or blow it a little bit. I was watching the Turtle Party. Did Kaz get Sexy Statue?
I was watching the same thing too. I only checked back as soon as he was pushing up. He did? Nice.
Nice. Chex got the key dash, which is also very important. Chex missed the spin dash. Chex is not retrying the spin dash. If you get a spin dash in this room, you extend your hammer hitbox, which makes killing Helmasaur a lot easier. Chex going for boomer strats. All right.
Very old strats there. I'm personally glad that that's... Oh, sorry.
No, someone in chat asked about the statue trick. There's just a way to sort of keep pushing it as you switch from pushing it right to pushing it up. If you hit that corner correctly, you can keep Link pushing the statue the whole time instead of having to walk down and around it. Oh, Kaz, walking into some turtles. Sorry, I think you were saying how much better Spin Speed Helma is than old Helma strats.
Yeah, I'm very glad that this new strat is in, makes Helma so much more comfier because the hammer hitbox extends much further.
Yeah, you can't really tell the difference in phase 1, but you can see Kaz just walking into Helmasaur and hammering him really easily, where Chex had to do some stuff with the sword to make it more manageable. So definitely better fight for Caznode there. After all the drama and excitement of Palace of Darkness, Thieves Town is a little bit easier. That was really close to getting hit by that bird. Shout out
Thieves
to
Town is
Magic.
generally really comfortable, but that first screen, first few enemies can own you for absolutely no reason, and if you mess up a slight bit, you can get owned even further beyond as well, taking 2 or 3 hearts of damage from each enemy.
Yeah. It's definitely possible for enough things to go wrong for it to be a problem, but yeah, usually not. This is the longest overworld in the game. We have to grab, I don't even know, a bunch of stuff. Flute, we have to activate the flute. That costs like 1,000,000 years of cutscenes. But yeah, you don't really expect much excitement in this dungeon. Things can happen, but the only real excitement is generally in the Hellway.
There could be some excitement in this overworld if the runners decide to go for the spin speed after the bird, which I hope they both do for content.
Let's do it. Chex did that in League Season 1. Will he be the spin speeding hero that we need? He will not. SMH.
Doesn't look like it. Unfortunate.
Are you going to go for it in your race this weekend?
I have never done it before, so probably not. Maybe, we'll see.
All right.
If I get more than 10 blue balls, I might as well. Need to save all that time loss.
I tried to learn that strat, and I could not get it to save a single frame. Chex with a slow dash on this screen. Okay, recovers it pretty well. Nice heart drop. Let's go.
Looks like caznode let us down as well. They're both going for the dash strat after the bird.
I can't believe this. Intentionally sabotaging the restream by not doing the spin speed.
For context, the spin speed on that screen is probably the spin speed that saves the least amount of time. Not entirely sure how much it is, but I would be surprised if it wasn't around the ballpark of 10 frames.
I don't know, because again, I literally was not good enough at the spin speed movement to save a frame with it. That's all I can say about it. Check's getting the lag snake.
Coming up on the worst room of this foot from Chex's side. We get lucky and Chex can dash straight through the center.
Really bad Gibo RNG. Alright, he gets the pixel, and he gets it. Let's go.
Nice. It's frame perfect to stop on the center, and even if you do, sometimes the enemies just get in the way and make your life miserable.
Oh, it is frame perfect. It doesn't feel like it, though. It doesn't feel that difficult to me. I can't get it every time, but I think that most runners of this level get it, you know, half the time or better. We'll see what Kaz does. Maybe I should stop talking about how easy it is before our runners have both gotten it.
Kaz doesn't get it. We can all blame Fox.
Yeah, I mean, this is really all my fault, so. He uses a mini buffer for it. Interesting. He gets it. Gets all the way through also. Slightly more lag, but good screen. This is actually looking pretty likely to be damageless thieves on both sides. There's still things can happen, but usually at least one enemy gets you. Oh, Chex dashes into the bridge, the conveyor bridge room. Pretty uncommon. I think you can save a couple frames with it, but not a big fan of that. Bonking on the the pot there. Okay. Every strat in that conveyor toilet room is either really slow or really easy to mess up. And that's the risk with the one Chex chose. Blind. Chex has beams, which should allow him to save a few frames on blind. Never mind. Chex does not have beams.
No.
Okay, good fight anyway. That's not quite how that was supposed to work, but we got through it.
Chex getting pretty bad blind RNG there. Manages to clean it up though.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you just get trolled by the RNG.
Oh, looks like caznode takes a couple hits before even going into blind. Hopefully caznode can get some really good RNG here.
That's not quite right, but I think it should be good enough. Okay. Alright, both players with slightly sketchy blind fights that they survive. What more can you ask for?
Chex getting a huge chest turn there. In my eyes, Chex has already won.
Matt 7-8 chest turn.
I was mentioning earlier how we grab the boomerang and escape as one of the optional items. Well, this sword upgrade is the other optional item. And could skip it, take a huge lead now, as Castro misses that bomb. Fortunately, there's a restock right there. But skipping this would make a bunch of fights a bit harder, and probably also lose a lot of time on Ganon. I believe that's where most of the time loss is.
Most of the time loss, yeah. A good Master Sword run falls into Ganon before a good Tempered Sword run, and then loses like 80 seconds on Ganon or something. Also, speaking of the boomerang, thanks for the callback. The main reason that you get the boomerang is for the 300 rupees and that bombable hut. It's good for other stuff too, but like those rupees are faster than what we would have to do if we didn't get the boomerang. I guess I didn't actually explain that whole thought. It's the red boomerang if you skip the blue boomerang earlier in the game instead of being 300 rupees. So Check's coming up on some people's least favorite room in the game, this mummy statue room here. The mummy movements can be very annoying, and you're sort of obligated to be helplessly pushing this statue the whole time, so it's easy to get beat up if you like try to play it too greedy and they're rude or whatever. Check's getting really good RNG though. Nicely done.
Good RNG and some nice movement as well to bait some of the mimics out of the way. Mimics? Mummies. Close enough.
Good mold arms there. Sometimes those mold arms are pretty annoying. See how mummies go for Kaz. Wow, that lag. Oh boy. Oh nice, we got the mummy on the other side of the statue, just getting pushed along for the ride. It's always nice.
As Kaz continues onto the back, we're going to see... as Chex continues onto the back, we're going to see Rod here. That Chex did. And it looks like both runners are going for the same strat. There's a bit of a more cursed strat here where you drop the bomb early, which I hope that people should never go for. Fortunately,
Yeah,
some stray from the path.
Only an idiot would go for EBJ. Check's falling into Moth. This fight looks like he got the early double. Yeah, really nice fight from Chex.
Really clean fight. You can see that only one of the spikes is missing. Only one moved out of its path.
Yeah. I was a little skeptical. Ooh, Kaz going for the right fire rod shot on the last part of Skullwoods and showing off why we don't do that. I was slightly skeptical of Chex's approach of going for another poke dash there, but it worked out really well. Kaz also going for right pot. I cannot condone this behavior.
Minus EBJ, Kaz is going for every curse strat in the book.
I love the Cypher Hellway though. Oh, wow. The Sig for Hellway, yes. That was indeed almost a full second of gold from Chex. Chex is playing some games here. He's being a gamer. Really good fight from Kaz, too. Very nice moth fights on both sides. You love to see that.
Minus the blue ball RNG, it looks like they've been pretty close in terms of the time they've taken in each split.
Right. Yeah. They had similar problems in Pod, and then similarly smooth Beeps and Skull splits. Chex opting to go for the safe strat here. Love it. Huge fan. Loses about 40 frames over the optimal dash, but it does not come with a 5% chance of getting owned. The scientists tell me that even with the chance of getting owned, the optimal strat is still optimal, but it's not worth it. It's too dangerous.
Definitely isn't worth it, considering that if you take just that one RNG out of the split in itself is quite consistent. You can sail through and get really good times every time, so long as you just don't lose your mind.
Right. It is hard to not lose your mind. Sora's Domain is a really difficult screen to do optimally. You see Chex here is, you know, just trying to cut these dashes close. Moving in water is super slow, so cutting your dashes tightly in this screen really adds up.
Both runners went for the safe dash. Love to see it.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Well, caznode, quick fish, though. That is the question. Chex did not get it. I don't know if he went for a setup and missed it, or if he just doesn't do it. Yes, let's go. Shoutouts to caznode. Getting into ice with beams is really important. There's several rooms where beams are huge, like, time and safety improvements. So, oh, that's okay. Fine. That was not great placement for that Zora, but it's no big deal. Check's gonna make it in with beams, and all's well. That is a... okay, well, that solves the problem of accidentally possibly dashing into the fireball. So what do you think the hardest room in Ice Palace is?
Do really fast. I would say it's vulnerable floor. I had so much trouble getting that fast that I just gave up and decided to place the bomb as late as possible so I could get it consistent all the time.
I think that's a reasonable choice. I still think I have to say, well, Penguin lineup. Oh, it might actually be conveyor, but I've just done sort of what you just described with conveyor. I can't do it fast, so I just don't even really bother. I just lose 30 frames every time. Oh, that's really annoying RNG on that top berry going high.
A lot of these rooms here in Ice, there's some strats that lose you like tens of frames that can be really consistent, but then you watch the top runners do it and they're so much faster. But when you go for those strats, 9 times out of 10 you just fail at everything. Right, now for the real question though. Will these runners go for the stair clip?
I think Chex is a stair clipper. I don't know about Kaz. I just noticed something spooky. Oh, I'm wrong, chat. Chex is not a stair clipper. So Chex is, you guys can't see Chex's splits, but he's just a few seconds behind his PB right now, and his PB has a really bad Ice Palace. So I think he might be on PB pace after this split, if nothing else goes wrong. Pixel perfect statue pull, hell yeah. Oh, Kaz. Oh my goodness, okay. We have another bomb. Oh, we have mini bombs.
Nice recovery there from Kaz.
Chex. Kind of an awkward setup for that kill, but succeeded at it. Chex, of course, had to get up and let his cat in or out, which he does in a lot of the cutscenes in this game. I know you guys can't see his camera, but sorry, go ahead.
Kaz not only going for the stair clip, but going for the best version of that stair clip there.
Oh, did he do those stupid hammers that are terrible?
He did the wonderful hammers that are amazing.
Oh, those must be different hammers.
Yeah, ice physics is really weird. The reason you can clip to the stair there is keeping that spin up and then moving in a diagonal fashion. And it's not that precise, but using the hammers can sort of align your Y coordinate really well.
Oh. Okay. Whew. That was almost scary. Well, it was scary. It was almost even more scary.
Yeah, fortunately, Kaz got the most stressful part out, which is the double spin. After that, I was just chasing down the remaining puffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're welcome, Tam. I'm trying to keep abreast of things for you. So, did I just black out for like 40 seconds, or did Chex forget to get Ether and Ice Rod? No, Chex is a boomer shopper. I don't actually know what Kaz's shopping looks like. We'll know in a second here.
I didn't know both of these runner shopping patterns to begin with, but I'm kind of surprised. I pegged Chex as a to get either in Swamp and Ice and TR.
Looking at Kaz's splits, I think Kaz does what you just described, but Chex is a everything in Meyer shopper, I think.
Nice. So here it looks like Chex is in a humongous lead, but because of the differences in shopping, we're only going to see these runners really convert at the beginning of the Turtle Rock dungeon.
He is also actually at a pretty big lead, though. It's going to look bigger than it is, but it is actually pretty big. Caznode successfully climbing Death Mountain without taking any damage. Always feels good. Nice accomplishment. And then he'll be heading in the swamp. That Octorok is so annoying. That whole screen is so annoying. That guy can be really annoying, and then sometimes you stop to kill him, and the other Octorok shoots a rock straight through the statue. For some reason, it just ignores the thing it should collide with.
Pretty common pattern with this dungeon, with all the screens being filled with some pretty annoying enemies. None of them will ever kill you outright, but most of this dungeon is just death by a million cuts.
Kaz going for a pause buffer to pull that switch, which I really like. Then made a slight error on his way out. Wow, how did that red berry get in Kaz's way?
Kaz really getting a lot of bad luck with some of these enemy patterns. That red Stalfos just staring him as the switch cutscene goes on.
That one feels really bad because you have so long to think about what you're gonna do, and you're still just like, well, what's gonna happen is the cutscene's gonna end, and then I'm gonna press Y at the wrong time and miss the Stalfos and feel like an idiot. Kaz is better than me though, so he actually managed to kill the Stalfos with the hammer. Chex was on gold paste for the swamp as well, I think, although that would require nailing the zero cycle at the end, which is certainly not something we can take for granted.
Chex does miss the hook dash there though, which allows you to pick up the pot much faster than otherwise you'd have to spam A, hoping to pick up the pot while the statue's on top of it.
Yeah. Oh, check stopping for restock ring. Pretty reasonable. Not the optimal resources to grab, but definitely reasonable if you're getting both.
Kaz on the screen to Biggie, trying to go for the hammer dash and just gets, unfortunately, so many things in his way.
The hammer dashes are pretty risky. Check's going for the zero cycle. Let's see if we get it. Oh, that doesn't look good. Yeah. Pretty close to saving it, but did not. The ones on the right side got down too fast. He didn't have room to maneuver beneath them.
Interestingly enough, with that movement pattern, if Chex had bailed early to the left, it would have been still possible to save that zero cycle, but unfortunately Chex got hit there from the bottom, from the right side puffs. Zero cycle is pretty hard to hit, but if you do get it, it saves a nice, comfortable almost 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty good chunk of time. How did Kaz get hit? That is so unfair.
Like Kaz has showcased how every room here that's annoying can go wrong.
This split, man. Oh my god.
Usually health is an issue, but Kaz is a little dangerously low there. It's possible that Kaz might get hit by another enemy and then be in one-shot range of Arcus.
I would probably stop for Hearts if I were Kaz, on the assumption that you'll swim into a Phelps and take. Well, never mind. Just ran into one anyway. I say ran into one as if he had any control over it, but that guy just T-boned him. Check showing off. You can save a couple frames on Death Mountain by doing sword climbs if you do the ether grab and the split. Kaz going for the zero cycle, maybe. Oh my goodness, Kaz, please!
This isn't scary at all.
Oh!
Alright, we're fine.
Whew.
Okay, I spoke too soon.
How did that miss? What is happening to Kaz? This is so unfair.
Okay, the important thing is that we didn't die even though we were on half a heart for a large part of that fight.
Okay, so that was fun.
I'm not sure if Kaz meant to try to go for the zero cycle and then mess something up. But even if you do fail zero cycle, one of the best things about it is you still usually get rid of all of the puffs while the spin animation is going. Failing to do so can lead to some kind of tricky situations like that.
I'm not sure. It looked like he went for it but missed the hook dash and just got a plain hook. Check's not going for fast Mire 2, only going for regular Mire 2, which I always want to call slow Mire 2, but it's also pretty fast, so that's not really fair.
So in terms of routes, the runners aren't quite synced up yet, in that Chex already has the Ice Rod. At least I'm pretty sure anyway, I wasn't paying attention because of the fight on this side. But if that's the case, then Chex has quite a big lead here over Kaz.
Yeah, unless he forgot it, he must. His split time implies a Ice Rod. Chex is on small PB pace right now. 105.16 Torchlight. Generally, we think of these torches to the end of the game being around 20 minutes. He already has the Ice Rod, so he could definitely do it in less than 20 minutes, but it's by no means guaranteed. There's a lot of game, about 20 minutes of game left. But if he keeps up this level of gaming, this could easily be a PB. But you know, there are risks in the future, and maybe Ganon or Agatu or something just kind of gets you.
Herd Rock is always impossible on pace, and GT is just impossible in general, so it's yet to be seen.
Chex hook shotting to that block, which is the reason that we do Swamp before Mire. Saves about, I don't know, 10 frames? 5 frames?
Coming up on the spooky rooms here, if you noticed how Chex reacted after the bird dropped him in the desert area in the beginning of the split, looked a little weird, but that was to set up specific variables so that Chex can hit a bunch of objects and activate switches off screen. He's going to do a total of 3 times. Here's the second, which saves the most. And the third one you can actually see, if you pay attention to the top of the screen, you can watch the switch change color.
Oh, I thought Kaz was gonna get hit by that laser. Sometimes you get really unlucky and that laser hits you to the other side of the room. I love that use of the menu for Chex. I use that menu in a really dumb way. I'm too set in my ways to change, but I think that the way he used it there is really good.
People usually use the menu to read the dash in the previous room, but Chex cut that dash really early and chose to walk along the edge of the room instead.
Kaz spookifying now.
Alright, both runners getting through Spooky, no problem. Missing Spooky in that second room there can be very costly.
Yeah, it sucks. Luckily, both runners had a spare bomb if they needed to use it, but it's really miserable to have to. Oh, Kaz missing one of the eyeballs there. That's a bummer. Probably get a 1 cycle now. Yeah. That's okay. Not a huge deal, but obviously not how you want to do the fight. So Chex lands from his flute to Death Mountain at 109. When Kaz lands there, they will be resynced, and we'll be able to tell for sure what the difference is. I think Chex has the edge, though. That was a huge gold Meyer split, by the way. Minus 3.4 on gold.
Jackson closed it out on his one as well. This would be quite a big PB for him.
Oh, yeah. But we shouldn't talk about it, because I think he might be listening to us, and we might be making him nervous. So let's just all start pretending that Chex isn't on PB pace.
Chex unfortunately missing that free quick warp there. Something we haven't talked about, quick warps. 2 specific 2 out of every 8 pixels you can warp on them, and the game just cuts the transition cutscene early. Something to do with camera positions. Fox might know more. This game is weird.
I don't really know more. It's like the wavy pattern is looking for something in the camera to snap to or whatever, and if it finds it early, it cuts the animation early, but I don't know. Cam probably knows, but he's not watching. Kaz going for a boomer strat in Ice Rod Cave also. That strat was the fastest known strat until we found manual stair drag canceling, I think.
Kaz trying to use Josh's strat there to dash through the grass to get grabbed by the bird, and missing, so actually dashing faster.
Ooh,
Fortunately,
nice
doesn't get owned. Yeah,
I
nice
forgot
save.
to look at the time when Kaz landed, but it was 109.50-ish, 45, somewhere around there. So almost 2-minute lead to Chex, which is very much Chex's game to lose at this point. Kaz can't outplay Chex enough to make up this time unless there's some sort of unspeakable catastrophe. No, Matt. Chex does that on purpose. He picks up a bomb in Peg Maze, the strat he uses there, and so he just always menus to bombs and drops them. I think the menu is easier. I think that's a green ham strat. Caznode successfully completing the peg puzzle. Use the hammer 3 times and ether 0 times.
I did miss Kaz's last race, but I had the joy of seeing that wonderful clip from Kaz's side.
Oh boy, Chex. Oh. Fairy? Okay. That was not what we wanted to see. But it's okay.
A little scary
okay.
there, but fortunately, didn't take any deaths. That RNG there, with Chex got is the fastest RNG. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Chex couldn't capitalize on it.
Chex wasn't going for the fast strat there. He was going for some easier alternative. I haven't... Oh, nice God Pokies. Hell yeah. The run's back on, boys. There's a lot of ways to take that RNG a little bit slower. and make it a lot easier. And he opted for one that I hadn't seen before. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. But, it didn't work out that time. Is that gonna... Oh, I thought he was gonna get hit. Kaz has like a little bit of trouble in chain chomps, but not getting owned for it.
I missed it, but did Kaz get his fairy already?
I'm pretty sure the answer is no. I didn't see it drop in Poke 1. Or, sorry, Poke 0. This is a 0 indexed split. Kaz getting the same RNG and also going for a weird strat to handle it that I've never seen before. Oh no, Kaz!
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. That's... You know, it's not the worst death in the game, but when you're already this far behind, that's really not what you want to see. Yeah, Kaz has been having a little bit of a rough run, and that's just sort of the shit cherry on top.
Looks like a pretty clean Trinex on Chex's side. Nothing major to comment about.
I can't believe you said that before the fight was over.
That's a good point. No, very soon.
Okay, so that was not a gold Turtle Rock. Kaz getting the same RNG and doing the same thing and messing again. I'm so scared. Oh no. Oh boy. That room is... It's so weird to deal with Pokies once they're not in a place you expect them to be.
That RNG is really hard to deal with, but it's also terrible that for a 25% chance that you got them both back to back.
Yeah, that RNG is really hard. I'm just not familiar with the safety version of the strat that Kaz is going for. Chex, on the other hand, has made his way into Ganon's Tower, the most fun split in the run.
Nothing could ever go wrong in Ganon's Tower. It's all pretty free.
Correct, yeah. I agree. Are we sword climbing? Oh baby, we got it. Save those 20 frames.
Caznode finally defeats Pokies 1, making it through there with all the bombs in the world.
Oh, Chex is a torch key guy. Forgot about that.
Personally do prefer the torch key. Just takes your mind off of some of the rooms in the end. You can just relax towards the end of the split.
It's only like a second slower than chest key. Oh, Kaz. Oh boy. I'm not sure what happened there. Did he not charge his sword early enough or something?
I think I missed as well while I was looking at Chex. Kaz not having a good time with the Pokies in this TR. Really unfortunate.
Yeah. Good on Kaz for still going, though. I don't know if I would have the strength of will to continue after all these Poke deaths.
Chex came up with a nice armor here. Let's see if he he decides to go for the fast bomb there, not opting for Mike Chest.
Yeah, it would have been pretty good to get, but not a big deal. Looks like a pretty good setup for Ice Armos. No problems there. A comfy 12 arrow climb.
As a side, we finally gotten past bogeys you need to kill to advance. Let's hope we can make it the way to try next this time.
Really clean crystal roller room from Kaz. That you can tell how fast you are by how far left the roller is when you open the chest. His was very far left. Kaz doing the Mimics rooms, some of the hardest rooms in the game. Very nicely done. Coming up on the gauntlet here. This whole climb of the tower is a lot of combat. It's really fun, really fast-paced, really easy to lose a ton of time because it's super hard. Just every room is full of RNG, and we'll see how he handles it. He's a really good runner. These are really tough segments of the game. Good start. Oh, almost got the dash through both of them, but fast gauntlet too as well. Not going for the meme dash at gauntlet 3.
And while Chex makes his way through the gauntlet, it looks like a little bit of a party there from Caznode side on Trinex.
Yep. It's always pretty scary to see ice on the floor. I guess we're going for one spin here. No. We're going for double. Okay.
Alright, we're through.
Alright, luckily Kaz is finally through Turtle Rock and can play the easy part of the video game. Oh, missing that one was rogue. Chex. That's unfortunate. He remembered not to hit it with another Samaria block, so he needs his magic for this room. Nice torches. That room is really difficult to do fast. Just a lot of tight walking, cutting your diagonals really accurately and stuff. Will Chex skip the magic?
Yeah. Everything's set up perfectly for it. It'd be nice if he does.
He's not going to. I don't think so.
Does skip the heart though. While waiting for that magic, getting the heart is actually quite free while waiting for the spark.
Yeah, it actually times that well to help you wait for the spark the right amount of time. Okay. Coming up on Agatu here. Agatu, I said earlier that Landmo is the hardest part of the run. Many people disagree with that and say that Agatu is the hardest part of the run. There aren't really a lot of other contenders, so let's see how Chex does it. What we want here is a 2-cycle. Sometimes we don't get the RNG to make that possible, and we try for a 3-cycle. 4 cycles are not bad, but generally you want to keep it to 3 if you can. Looks like it'll be good. Alright. Agatu down in 3 cycles. That's a good GT from Chex.
Really good GT, really good Agatu as well. With that RNG there, it was not possible to get a 2-cycle at all, so 3 cycles is the next best bet.
Yeah. So, yeah. Chex is, he's all set up to PB here. if Ganon is really nice, then he might be able to 1v. I've been saying for months now that Chex is going to get his 124 during the league, so I would be very excited if he pulls it off right now for all of us. But that will require very good RNG. Bad start. Kaz, meanwhile, got the mic arrow chest. Oh, is this... Oh, okay. Doesn't look good. Still looks good for PB, though. Although, maybe we could see him stop warping at some point.
Gonna be really nice here with those 6 or 7 warps.
And a really bad start to phase 4 as well.
Chex giving me a minor heart attack with that damage there.
Yeah, that wasn't really ideal. It's okay. It's okay. I think we're still gonna pull a small PB out of this. I feel bad, but I'm not really watching Kaz's side. I'm too excited about the PP. GG to Chex.
GG's. Looks like this is
that's
still...
gonna be about an 8-second PB. Oh, Kaz unfortunately misreads the cannonballs and dashes into the pit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ganon was too mean, but that's still an amazing run from Chex's side. GG's.
Really nice work from Chex. We'll see. It sounds like Chex is going to come and chat with us. Caznode finishes up GT.
But Caznode had to take an extra fire out shot there. Opting to grab the magic. Plate save.
Yeah. It's basically always better to shoot an extra fire rod and grab the magic than to risk an extra Lambo cycle. So, the right choice. You don't love it, but it's the best thing to do if you have to do it.
Also unfortunate that Caznode had 0 arrows. Could have potentially seen some nice arrow gaming there.
I don't know for sure, but I think that it's still better to get the magic than to do whiz bows. It's probably really close. Caznode gonna opt for the chest key instead of the torch key that Chex got. Also opting for slightly faster strats, going for the D-boost after that yellow spike. Nice boulder.
Coming up on Act 2 for Caznode, see if he can also clutch out a nice fight.
That's a rough angle to get a triple on. So we're hoping for 3 seconds here. Oh, okay. That was a weird angle. I thought he was going to get the 2 there. Alright, so looks like it's going to be a 4 cycle from Kaz. Kaz had I was busy getting hype about Chex's PB, but it looks like Kaz had a moderate amount of trouble in that GT. Lost a bunch of time over PB. I can't imagine why he wouldn't be playing at his best after that Turtle Rock. Certainly, nobody else has ever gone on tilt after having a bad split.
Most important thing, though, is that caznode splits that back crash, meaning caznode is the true winner here. Looks like we have Chex in the waiting room already, so just waiting for caznode to finish.
We can just drag him in.
Sure, that works too.
Oh, I'm lying. I can't drag him in. Never mind. Hey, Chex, GG. Nice run, nice QD.
GG's Chex.
Thanks.
Rough Ganon RNG at the top, at the end of that. But really nice.
He's scary.
Yeah, how did you feel when that fire bat came crashing into you?
Fire bat? Oh, wow. Yeah. I was just like, let's go. Stop bouncing up and down, Link, and let's keep the lights on.
Oh, Chex, I think we're getting echo. No, maybe that's on my side. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Yeah, really nice run.
Thanks. To stay focused, I muted comms after T-Rock, and I tend not to look at my splits after Ganon's tower. So I try not to know how much I'm ahead or behind after G tower.
Did it work? Did it calm you for the final fight?
I guess so. I mean, I just do that. There's no, like, I don't know what's better or worse.
Looks like Caznode having a little bit of trouble in this final Ganon fight, but finishing it off. GG Caznode.
GG Kaz. We'll check if Kaz wants to come in and chat as well. 131, 32 according to his splits, 35 according to race time. GG, I suppose, yeah. Kaz might not feel like that was such a GG after some of the things that happened. Yeah, so you guys were neck and neck. I guess you had the comms up, the restream up, so you know, but you were neck and neck in the light world until Hera, basically. And then Kaz got a lot of balls, and you did not. And then you were mostly even again until things started going sideways for Kaz around, I think it was kind of a rough swamp, and then the rest of the game was... especially Turtle Rock was really rough for him.
So really, Swamp was a big bully for Kaz, but there was also like the minor hiccup of missing Ice Palace Bomb Jump, where Chex managed to get even more of a lead.
Right. GG Kaz. Sorry about how that all went.
GG, I guess.
GG.
That was wild.
Yeah, so I don't know, were you watching the restream at all, Kaz?
Nope.
Okay, so the good news is that Chex just PB'd.
Jeez, good job.
Yeah. So
Very
really
cool.
good run for him.
EY.
You actually both walked into the Pokey and Pokey 1, but Chex managed to survive and finish the split whereas unfortunately that is not what happened to Kaz.
I died 3 times.
Oof.
Yeah. Congrats on finishing it out. I would not have had the heart to finish after that Turtle Rock, personally.
I'm just gonna say that that I got tilted by 6 blue balls, and that was the problem, and not failing utterly in the late game.
Yeah, I
Works
accept
for
that
us.
story.
How many blue balls did Chex get?
I think it was 0, but it might have been 1.
Chat said 1. I wasn't counting.
Nice.
I think you got
it
6,
was
right?
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, in that race, I made some of the mistakes I made. I have never done before, like the stuff I was doing in Hera.
Yeah, your Hera was a little weird. You missed the key, and then
Then I stepped on
you
the
stepped on the
tile.
switch. Yeah, the tile. Yeah,
I have never done that before, ever.
yeah.
Stepped on what now?
On the star tile in the room after Beatles,
Oh, okay.
and then he did a very beautiful dance with the Beatles in the next room to get back on the star tile.
It was honestly beautiful how he didn't get hit into the pit there while trying to step on the star tile being guarded by 3 Beatles.
Yeah.
That was
That
my
was just by the seat of my pants. I have no idea what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I didn't know how that Hera was going, but it sounded like I got out ahead somehow. And Fox called my strat Moldorm Toreador, which
I
was
stole that from
interesting.
Malmo, actually.
Oh,
She described her own Moldorm fight that way.
something for me to look at since I don't totally know what I'm doing. Or I just have my own thing. But yeah. So and then after Aghanim, I had a sub 2930, which is probably my second ever below a 2930.
Nice.
So I was already like, the blood was moving. So I knew the run had a chance already. And after Skullwoods, I started to get nervous. So I just
You got
kept up the
over
pace.
4 seconds of gold in that run. That's so impressive for a race, man.
Play it out of your mind.
Yeah, so I was I tried not to overthink it, but it was like I wondered if I would have race safe strats or go for PB strats or whatever. But really, since I was ahead, I just played safe, so it wasn't really a decision.
Well, I'm looking forward to when you go for the PB strats and you knock out the Yoho cut.
Can't wait for the 124 in another
We'll
race. Curious though, what strats did you swap out for the race to play it safe?
I think that there are just certain strats that I haven't practiced in a while, so it's not like I really had the option. But I would go for in the past I would go for the spin clip in Ice Palace and Quick Fish, but I just haven't played with those recently. So stuff like that. I learned a fast Poke 1, and I even practiced the safe strat today, which I messed up. So I don't. So I think practice generally helped me, and I got a 3-cycle Landmo out of it. But yeah, the meme would be that I practiced that room too much and lost 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I did.
You both got that same RNG. That RNG is so hard to deal with. You both did safe strats that I've never seen before. So I don't know what went wrong in either of your strats because I don't know what they're supposed to look like. But it was very scary for me.
My strat isn't exactly a safe strat. It's just a little different.
Oh, yeah.
I don't poke the skull head. I just kind of lure it out of the way and then spin the pokey.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I did it in my practice run too, and it was totally totally fine. So naturally,
Way she goes.
Yeah, and I messed up the save strat a lot in practice, so I just, for some reason, unlearned it. But, oh well. I'll learn the fast strat instead and save 2 seconds.
Perfect. Yeah, alright, anybody got anything else they want to say before we wrap things up?
thank you for hanging in there while I finish my race, and thank you for the league. It's been a good time.
Awesome, yeah, thanks for playing. Yeah, thanks to the runners. Thanks to ZSR for putting us on, and I'll say GG's. If anyone else has any last words before we wrap things up, but have a good night.
I'm good.
Thanks so much.
GG's, and thank you, Race.
Yeah, GG's everyone. That was a very fun race. Since we're on the topic of ZSR, we've got one more match scheduled tomorrow, as far as I can see on our schedule. It is going to be a Light World Round 2, Yurok versus Vortex of Doom. And Yurok is live right now practicing, so we will go ahead and raid them. And thanks so much everyone for coming. Thank you to the comms and the runners, and GG.